Elisa Ali backstage with Friendly Fires. Hello there, fine man.
Hello, how are you doing? It's very complimentary.
Yeah.
Man up?
Yeah, how do, man up?
Yeah. Please state your name for the cause.
I'm Ed Gibson.
I'm Ed McFarlane.
Who is missing from this mix?
Jack Savage, our drummer, is not around. Can't be asked, too lazy.
He's probably doing something really important though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Or for tonight, the XX. Is there a difference between the XX crowd and a Friendly Fire crowd?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, we play total different styles of music.
Yeah.
I think we both create an atmosphere, but that atmosphere is worlds apart.
Yeah, yeah. So what? How can you tell the difference? Can you spot?
Someone threw a bottle at us on stage in the Independent. I'm guessing that was probably an XX fan. So that's how you tell the difference if bottles fly on stage.
It's a bad bad.
What would be okay to throw on stage?
Well, like money.
Money would be
Yes,
good.
money's lovely. Chocolate.
Yeah.
Get all
Well, chocolate's
melty.
probably it's probably not a good idea. Yeah. Congratulations on the new record. Did you produce it yourselves?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
All bar one tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, even that we kind of, I think, had a big hand in it as well. We kind of produced it with Paul Epworth. Yeah, it feels good to do something off your own back.
Yeah. What was that producing process like? I mean, how do you know when to stop like fiddling with one of the tracks or?
I think that was definitely quite a task. I think with Lovesick and Skeleton Boy, I think we have about 5 or 6 different versions of those tracks, and yeah, it's hard to like. I think when you're you know you have to do a vocal take and you're just being afraid to do it, and then you end up producing drums and spending like 2 days doing drums, and you just sort of you haven't got someone there just to say, look, just do the thing that actually is important, that counts, and that's definitely sort of the hard part of producing your own record.
Do you reckon that maybe for your next record you would get a hired gun in there?
I don't know, we've started writing already. Before we came on this tour, we spent about 3 weeks in the studio, and we've always kind of recorded whilst we wrote. That always seems to go hand in hand as how we actually get tunes assembled. So I'm hoping we can do most of it ourselves again, just because it'd be great. And then
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
exactly.
Word. What about the writing process? How does that work?
This time round, we've just locked ourselves away in this little basement, no windows, in East London, and yeah, we've all just kind of come up with ideas fairly sharpish. I think because we've been touring this record for over a year, well over a year now, like close to a year and a half, I reckon. So we're just so starving to actually get back in the writing mood.
Yeah, we've moved to this studio in Old Street, and it's a really grotty little basement. There's no windows, and it's very different to our first record where we recorded that at my house, and I live in the middle of the countryside, so there are lots of views, and there's a really nice country pub that we could go to if we wanted a bit of a distraction. So now we're just in the darkness, in a dungeon.
So what does it look like then? Obviously it's dark, there's no windows. Can you set another little bit of details on the scene?
It's kind of chipped paint, things falling off the walls during recordings. The guy down the corridor is recording a like tribute to Michael Jackson DVD, but the people behind it can't afford the songs, the actual original Michael Jackson songs, so he's approximating them all on the cheapest synthesizers available to man, and that's punctuating the background of our album. It's really horrible.
How's the tour been going? You've been all over the world, which is very exciting. Obviously you've played all over Europe, you went to Japan, Mexico, you're here in the United States now. Can you, what is one thing from each of those places that sort of sticks out in your head?
I think we'll always remember Mexico. That's kind of one of the craziest crowds we've had. Just thousands of people rammed into a tiny venue and everyone screaming at you, and yeah, just...
But far more so than anywhere else. It's like kind of, I think we're driving into the venue, and people are like taking photos of our blackened out windows of our van and stuff like that. It's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just like being Lady Gaga.
Yeah. And
Did you know you were that huge in Mexico?
I don't know, maybe they're like that for a lot of English acts. I think they're very kind of into British culture. But yeah, the crowd were absolutely ridiculous. Like the loudest crowd I think we've ever played to ever.
Alright, so guest DJ pick from Friendly Fires. What is your pick, my friend?
For me, it would be Dexter Wansel, I'll Never Forget, my favourite disco. It's It's just pure lush escapism, and that's my favourite kind of music. It's from Dexter Wanson's on a label called Philadelphia International, which to me releases, or has released, a lot of the best disco music from the 70s.
Am I going to be able to get my hands on this?
Yeah, you will. It's on iTunes. It's on iTunes there.
I've heard of iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ed?
And what is your pick?
I'd like to pick Freeze by LFO. I think it's a real, like, stripped down, cold piece of techno. And yeah, I don't think it's played out. Probably hasn't been played out in about 10 years or something, so resurrected, Phoenix from the Flames.
Nice. Okay.